latest Federal Accounts Allocation Committee disbursements to the states and the federation amounted to 2.07 trillion naira in February. What does that mean for money supply? What does that mean for inflation? Who better to discuss with us than Arise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu? Chika, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Fine, thank you, sir. So what do you make of this large number for FAC disbursements?
I will shadow myself who was on this program about FAC and the impact of FACT on the citizens of the country. And I've said that severally, many times over, we hear these trillions and billions being mentioned that go to the hand of governors.
Yeah.
And but nothing changes really in the lifestyle of the citizens. The citizens don't get that big word, the democracy dividends.
Yeah.
And so why should the country remain in this situation? Why must we still be the infant mortality capital of the world with all this kind of money?
Yeah.
Why must we be owing pensioners and even some staff, salary, 7% salary for months, even with this kind of money? Why would there so many states, so many states, even their state capitals, some of the roads are passable with this kind of money? And, so the tragedy is that a lot of the politicians don't realize that the time is their enemy. And so the first term, they enter the governance, maybe through a big father, a godfather figure, or election that they have won somehow. And they think that 4 years will not come and pass, and the 4 years will come and pass, and they start doing re-election instead of falling back on the achievements, which is easier to campaign on. Yeah. Look at what I've done. I've done these roads. I've created this number of employments, provided water for your citizens of their state, and so on and so forth. Very simple things, low-hanging fruits.
Yeah.
So if you vote me for second term, this is what's going to happen. You find rather a lot of people want to know the commissioner of police in the state. They want to know the general officer commanding, and so many things. I make people just so to win election. They don't win the election on the basis of their performance. And so they managed to win that second term. And I think they still have time. For year one, remember May 29, and 1 year would have gone.
Exactly. And
then second year, but by the end of second year now, campaign for their successor will start. And then it will be wasted 8 years. And you ask them what have they done. And so look at the land. The land is littered with former ex-governors who have no legacies. No legacies. The 8 years just zoom past, and then nothing happened. I don't know whether some of them think about it, and then somehow they find themselves in the Senate. That's the dumping ground or retirement ground for the former governors. Yeah. And so, I've not been to Abia State, but everybody talks about what's happening in Abia State. But I can talk about that because, there was a time that I used to pass through there from Parakot. There was one particular governor that was there who mentioned his name. And I used to call him every time because I know him was my classmate in school. And I used to call him every time. I said, look at the roads. Can you just fix these things? And so you could see when the citizens of the country, the citizens of the state, saw Julius Berger come to fix the Aba-Port Harcourt road. Everybody was like rejoicing and that. Because we have been so badly governed that
fixing a road causes celebration.
Yes, fixing a road. Things that ordinarily should come to citizens are, we're so easy to impress.
Right.
They call it low maintenance. We're low maintenance citizens. That were, just giving us ordinary water to drink. Pipe bomb water, borehole to drink, which some of them commission in 1 day, and the next day is dead. Yeah. The roads, instead of getting Julebegan to build it, look at some of the roads. They get some of these contractors from funny countries to come and build it. No camber, bitumen, maybe 1 or 2 inches, they just pour it on the road. No compaction of the roads, and so on and so forth. And then the first rain that comes, the road goes. Yeah. And I don't know why people have conscience. So the road is, you want me to analyze this 2 trillion? I'm tired of analyzing the 2 trillion. I'm just happy today. I'm not going to lambast. I'm not attacking anybody. I'm just saying, guys, that's life after this, your excellencies.
Right.
Nigeria is where they have distinguished, honorable, your excellencies, and meanwhile, the products of these big titles they're not distinguished, they're not honorable, they're not excellencies. And so the subnational governments are really failing us in this country. The states and local governments.
Any worries on money supply, this amount of money that's flying?
I mean, it's talked about already, but you see, the Central Bank of Nigeria has actually prepared for this.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you what's happening in the banking system now.
Right.
That's the truth
CRR.
I can tell you now that dollar is more available than naira in the banking system. In the banking system now, that's the truth now. The banking system has more dollar than naira now, because the naira is a hot product now. That's a scarce product in the banking system. So we get the naira and go and buy the dollar now. Yeah. So I guess that has prepared the ground for the overheating that would have come from that FAC allocation. And again, the right thing that usually happens when FAC allocation comes, I hope the NFIU and the AEFCC are watching this time, is the leakage or the seepage or the FAC allocation to the parallel market. And let's watch what happens. Because they impact that. It's a leakage. CBN drives up the naira in the banking system. But this alternative money that comes in from the national government actually provide a leakage, because all of them just go directly to the dollar. And because this money that goes to go black market, like they don't what's the rate of dollar? 1 million, buy it. They don't look at the rate of the dollar. Yeah. They just want availability.
And get it.
Again, get it. So that's that. So of course everybody knows that. I wish when Okonjo-Iweala was here, he used to publish this regularly to shame the governors. So each state will see what their governor has been receiving. Can you compare it to what's happening, what's on the ground? Yeah. And I said, look at the level of unemployment.
In fact, speaking of which, what do you make of this rebasing?
I'll come to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Look at the level of unemployment. Yeah. What do we have? Agriculture, we have land. There was a ministry governor at that time, I think the police commissioner, Oyakuleme, that had an farm settlement that was doing this thing for young graduates and whatever. And if you cannot create the industries, maybe agriculture and value-added agriculture. But no governor is willing to. They just want to do their private jet, and I say I won't attack them today. But I mean, I'm just appealing to them. The level of unemployment is very high. Provide food for people, health for the people, and then things will become better. Yeah.
You said the level of employment is high, but the number says 5%.
Unemployment. Yeah, but let me tell you.
Yeah.
You know how I try to analyze this for our viewers.
Yes.
Okay, let me put it this way. It's just like you have this man, the head of the family, and they say, they're doing a survey in your estate or your community about which family is feeding their children very well.
Yes.
And they say the children must eat 3 square meals. And that's a basis of measurement. That anyone that doesn't eat 3 square meals, they will just count you as not qualified, or that's the level you're not doing very well.
Yeah.
So one smart person just go and tell the man, 3 square meals, that cannot be the measurement now. Just anybody who licks a spoon of soup has eaten. You know that piece of meat?
Yes.
Just let somebody make a bite it.
That's
the full meal. You can count that the person has eaten for the day. The panayam divided into 10 portions. That. Right. Just let some people lick soup. That means I've eaten. I mean, look at what is it now. So unemployment was 33%.
It's now gone down.
Unemployment was about 20%. Total combined about 66%. Yeah. Now suddenly it's 5%. Yeah. We're even better than UK.
Yes.
United Kingdom. We are comparable to America, about 4% on unemployment. I mean, bravo. That's what it is.
But MBS is saying it's based on 1 hour, 1 hour of work.
That's what I'm explaining to you.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That if in those times in university, it says 1-1-1. We're supposed to eat 1 for breakfast, 1 for lunch, 1 for dinner. Yeah. But now they say 0-0-1, you have full meal. If you eat 1 lunch, that's eating for the day. Yeah. If you're eating breakfast, that's what the MBS has come up with, the new measurement of unemployment. Yeah. So if you just go to work and work for 1 hour, you're fully employed. Which is shared. Shared. So the statisticians have said, okay, well, International Labour Organization has said this is how it's going to be measured, but it has a proviso. So you don't give this to the politicians and say, unemployment has come down from 33% to 5%, and everybody just said, it's due to their policies. But that's not what it is. Nothing has changed. Like the analogy I gave to you about the family, the children are still hungry. But now you're going to say, yes, my figures have changed. No child is hungry again in my family. I've qualified. But that's not the case. That's not the case. So this has to be taken in along that line.
Right.
And whenever I'm pushing this figure of 5% or 5 point whatever it is, we should know that nothing has changed. The level of unemployment in the country
It's still high.
is still very high.
Yeah.
Underemployment is still very high. I recruit regularly, so I know what is out there. So you find people who have PhD, double master's degree, doing things that, if you see the kind of salary that even lawyers, even doctors in our country here are collecting.
Yeah.
Graduates are, you
weep.
You weep. You weep. People are so double, underemployed.
Yeah.
And that's what I preach these days. These days, don't just go and read any kind of. I'm not undermining any course.
Yeah, accounting. Like Chika Mbonu.
My first degree is civil engineering.
That's in fact. Thank you for clarifying. You see that engineering
you
also with accounting.
Yeah, that. So you just look for things that have skills.
Yeah.
Even if you read physiology or whatever, now go and join in with culinary skills. You can cook.
Technical skills.
Technical skills.
Yeah.
Go and do something that has to do with tires or mechanics or whatever. You can do that. So you can become employ yourself.
Yeah.
On that level, we have scarcity of skills.
Yeah.
And then we can create employment on that level. Okay.
All right, business analyst Chika Mbonu. Chika, thank you so much for
Thanks
discussing with us. Appreciate your time.